Hi, this is Brian Morris, Tech Arts and Tech Arts Enterprise instructor at Washington Middle School. Welcome to our virtual open house. I'm going to guide you through this slideshow, tell you a little more about the program. I'm not going to directly read off of this because you can go back and look at it yourself. I've just hit the highlights of it. And also I'll be moving to some other screens to show you what I'm talking about. I've been at Washington Middle School for 34 years, teaching tech arts, mostly in the shop, woodworking. We've expanded over the last 10 years to have a lot more tech in the class. So we do have the full wood shop. We have 3D printers, laser engravers, UV printers, sublimation printers, CNC router, and the students have access to all that to design and build their projects in the class. In this online format, it's a little bit different. We're kind of limited on how much tech we can get to since it's all at the school. So as I go through this, I'll be telling you what we're doing right now. So right now in the Washington Middle School in Tech Arts, we are designing a 3D model of the school using SketchUp. The 3D model will be an exact replica of our school with inside, outside, all of the rooms look just like what the teacher's room look like now. The students are in the process of learning SketchUp so that they can design the models to put into the school. We started this last spring when we were online also. And so we have the full-scale model of the school drawn. It still has to be textured and all the fixtures and models to go into the school, the furniture and everything. But at the end, you'll be able to take a virtual tour of the school, walk right down through the halls, go to the teachers' classrooms, see how it's all laid out, and it'll look just like our school. So that will be the big project we're working on while we're online. Let's see, back to the slideshow. The Tech Arts Enterprises class, before I get to that, let me show you some examples of student projects they're making or products, models that they'll be making to go into school. These were done last quarter, but there'll be more to go this quarter. So you can tell we've got student desks. Your students have been making their own avatars. It will be students walking down the hallways in the classrooms. We're doing all the models that go in the rooms for the furniture, fixtures. So another avatars. There's another model, not that one. That one. So furniture that's in the school. So that's the big project they're working on right now. Encourage your students that right now they're just learning the program. Once they learn the program, then they'll be challenged to design these models and fixtures that go into the school. Right now they're just learning the program, going through a couple basic assignments like building the small house. They're doing a follow me assignment right now where they're learning new tools so that eventually they can design this furniture and fixtures to go in this big model. The Tech Arts marketing class right now, Tech Arts Enterprises, they are getting into their companies. They've formed their companies. They are right now working on branding their companies, coming up with logos, designs, slogans, researching products, what they want to try to develop to sell for their company. And again, depending on how much we can get back or when we can get back into school, depends on if we can actually manufacture the products that we're designing. But we're going to go like they are going to be able to get in eventually and go through all the design process steps so that they'll have their products ready to go to start making once we get back into the school. They're using an app right now called Miro. It's an onboard or an online whiteboard that they can go in and collaborate with their companies. So we've used this to set up their companies. I'll zoom into a couple here. You may see your students working on this independently because this is active all the time. They can always get to it to work with their company members right now. So they've set up their company. They have managers, assistant managers, designers, advertising, marketing people, and a finance person. And they're working on branding their company names right now. And they have a workspace on this board. So that was the workspace for doing their coming up with their company. Now they have another workspace over here where they're working on branding their company. So they're working on logos. They got some ideas thrown in here. They're working on product development. And so they set these up however they want to for their company. But this is a place where they can go in and collaborate with each other. So during a Zoom meeting, lots of times we will have them break out into breakout rooms so that they can talk to each other as they're working on this board. And if I get back over here, you can see they can actually chat with each other on this board while they're working on it. I open up a chat link here. Doesn't want to open. Come on. Don't know why that one doesn't. My internet connection is slow at home. That's why usually at school. So it won't let me open it right now. There it comes. It's pretty slow. I usually at school when I do Zoom because I'm way out in Little Rock in the sticks and I have slow internet connection. So you can see they can chat on here. They can collaborate, see what they're doing. So that's what we're working on right now in the TechArts marketing class for their companies. Back to the slideshow. Grades in here for both classes, 20% participation. So I expect them to be in the class. That means be at the Zoom meetings, actively participate, ask questions, participate in discussions, anything like that. Engage learning for both classes. We have an online program for TechArts. It's called Endeavor, and for TechArts Enterprises, it's called Venture. The Endeavor program is a career exploration unit that they work through independently online. They have till the end of the quarter to finish it. It's 6 different small lessons that usually take anywhere from a half an hour to 40 minutes to do. So they can explore different types of careers. The Venture program is they're actually setting up and running a small business simulation in the online format so they can see what it takes and what kind of decisions you need to make in order to run a business and how it affects your business. So that is 10% of your final grade. Make sure they get those done by the end of the quarter. And again, that's pretty much all independent work. They can talk to me about it and ask questions, but they do it on their own time. 60% of the class is all the homework assignments be done in the class. I don't count any assignment late. I know everybody's learning in new programs, new formats, online instruction, Wi-Fi difficulties, all that stuff. So I don't count anything late. But they do need to get it done by the end of the quarter, and then you should be working on it steadily so they don't end up with a pile of stuff to do at the end of the quarter. Any assignment can be redone to get better credit. I'll give feedback in Schoology or in the they can send me a message through Schoology and I'll give them feedback as fast as I can get to it so that they can try to learn and do better as they go. Again, I don't want your students to be stressed out by due dates, but they do need to get it done at some point in order to get credit. If they need to redo it, though, they can redo it as many times as they want, and I'll give them feedback and grade it again. Any quizzes we take during the quarter, those are basically to just check for my understanding to make sure the kids are learning the information and they're understanding what we're trying to do. So I'm just quizzing to see how they're doing on that. You can go to my Schoology page. I can pop one up here, talk about that, how it's laid out. So each class usually have a little banner at the top. I have hyperlinks underneath that to get to information fast. There's how they get to their Zoom link quick, Zoom expectations. When I start recording Zoom information, I'll have them under that. Any instructions you don't know how to do something, how to submit a project, how to get to information, it's under the instructions. We have a 3D shared folder. If you go to that, that's where we'll be accessing all of our models for the big project and other information the students need to get to. So if they go to that, it looks like this. Let's see if it'll load up faster. Get to the right one. So this is from last semester. You can see, or last spring. These are models that have already been done by students. That'll be put into the school model once it's ready to go. So again, some of them don't load very fast, but you can see we've got quite a few things done, but we have quite a few more things to do. I have over 700 pictures of the school they have access to in this shared folder where they can find models that need to be done still so that they can pick and choose which ones they want to do. Back on the Schoology page, get to the right one. Eventually, I'll be talking about this sign-up sheet. That's where they'll sign up to go to make the models that are going to go into the school. And I have another tab here, and these all link down to these folders, the same folders down here. These are just quick links to it. But it's helpful samples and tutorials. If they don't know how to do something specifically on an assignment, I've got a lot of tutorials in here that I've made or I found on the internet for specifically what we're doing in the class at that time. So they can always go there to get help. I want to direct you down to the assignments folder. If you're ever wondering what we're working on, if you go to the assignment folder, these are the latest our assignment will be at the top, and later ones down the line. This is in the order we've gone. So you can see in the TechMarts Enterprise class right now, they're working on their company logos. If they go to the assignment sheet, that'll give them all the information for the assignment. And then any links I might give you to help you do the assignment are in there also. So you can see this assignment for doing their logos has directions on what I expect, what exactly they have to do, and then links to give them help for information on how to do it. We've covered a lot of the stuff in class, but I'm giving it back to them so that they can get to it access easy in the assignment. Okay, back to this. So that's what we're working on in Schoology. Again, in Schoology, in the instructions, there is a thing on how to submit your work, but here it is again in this slideshow so you can have access to it. And my expectations for the class, I expect kids to be in the class. First off, it's hard to get, especially in this online format, know what we're doing if they never show up at a Zoom meeting. I understand the Wi-Fi things and people having difficulty. Please email me if that's the case, so I know that you're just not there. You actually have a legitimate excuse that you're not getting being able to access the class. Please communicate with me if you need help with anything. Okay? I'm here to help. I'm at the school all day, either setting up assignments, grading assignments, doing Zoom meetings. So if you have problems, contact me. I'm checking it all the time so I can help you out. That's the last thing I want is a student to be frustrated because they don't know what they're doing, or they don't know how to do it, or they don't know where to get any information. I try to give pretty detailed instructions during the class and now so that we avoid a lot of those issues. Let's see. And it would really help me if you encourage your student to, be on the Zoom meeting and actually be there and asking questions, because it's kind of frustrating for you and me, for your students frustrated after they get off the Zoom meeting, they don't know what to do, but they didn't ask me any questions during the Zoom meeting, so I knew what to address. And then I get an email saying they're all flustered, and now I got to write a big response, and they got to try to decipher that when they could have just asked me right then and got detailed instructions. If you ever need me to set up a specific Zoom meeting with your child, please don't hesitate to ask, and we can get on sometime during the day in between other classes to give you some specific help. Kind of just went over that one, making sure they're knowing what they're doing. Let's see. And that's about it. So my contact information there. This is on the Schoology page. Also, if you need to contact me on anything, set up a Zoom meeting, anything like that. Down at the bottom here, I have a link to a sample of what we're trying to do with the online 3D model of the school. This is one was done by a high school in Spain and got awards for it, but that's what I envision ours will look like when it's done of our school. So you can go to that website and check it out. It's kind of cool. That's about it for this virtual online tour of the class. Losing my train of thought there. Again, please don't hesitate to call me if you got any questions, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you.